Hey guys, welcome to Pajama Let's Play. I'm Michelle, host of Pajama Let's Play, where we talk all things Kingdom Hearts. Today, I'm going to talk about the masks the Foretellers wear and why each of them is absolutely appropriate. But before we get into all that, make sure to like, share, subscribe, ring the bell. You can follow me on Twitch and check out my Patreon. All of those links can be found in the description box down below. I will be discussing Union Cross and back cover in this video, so feel free to catch up on those stories first and then come back to this. For everyone else, we know the Master of Masters assigned each of his apprentices a new name and role, and in the video linked here, I discuss how all of those were inaccurate to their personalities. Their masks, however, are spot on for each of them, if you go by their symbolism within the metaphysical and various religious communities at least. In these various practices, animals are seen as spirit guides and messengers aiding people with their paths in life. Let's start with Ira, wearing the mask of the unicorn. The unicorn is a symbol of balance, peace, purity, wisdom, and unconditional love, among other things along that same vein. When I was reading that, this scene immediately came to mind.
That's not what brought me here today. I wish to fulfill the role bestowed upon me. That's all. It isn't our place to try to change the events of the future. That is not our mission. We're here to make sure that light lives on. With only 5 lights, we can't afford to lose any.
You still count me as one of the 5 lights?
Of course.
I couldn't have said it better myself. Ira is calm and wise, doesn't question Ased's heart, and truly has unconditional love for him in that scene. While we're talking about Ased, let's go ahead and move on to him next. He wears the Mask of the Bear, which is mostly about strength, authority, and all-around masculine energy. That's a pretty accurate description of Ased, especially in this scene.
I called you my comrade, but never again, Gula. It doesn't matter to me if you think I am the traitor, and you want to strike me down. You knew there was a traitor, and you just watched silently as we fought each other. And I won't forgive you for that.
You can barely stay on your feet. Just give up already!
Don't you underestimate me!
He was authoritative and forceful, and found the strength to fight Gula despite his injuries, all things which are represented by the bear. Next, we'll move on to Invi, wearing the Mask of the Snake. They are a symbol of transformative change that leads to great healing, and they're great at lurking in the shadows and gathering information. This is best seen as the role Invi is given, and enacts faithfully, in this scene here.
So, to sum it up, I'll need you to observe the others. Easy breezy.
All right.
Like I said, Ira may have to take over for me. But don't be shy. Just be fair. And do not be afraid to speak up. Even though I say observe, you'll need to be the mediator. Make sure people get along. Look, I get that change can be hard for everyone. But things need to keep moving forward. And you need to keep up. Otherwise, you'll just get left behind, all alone.
The Master of Masters explains to her that she needs to adapt to keep up with the chaos that lies ahead, tells her to observe the others and report back to Ira, even mediate if necessary. All of those are attributes associated with the snake. Then we get to Gula, wearing the Mask of the Leopard. They are associated with stealth, agility, keen senses, and being solitary hunters. Like Envi, his role is a great fit for that mask. He's given the lost page and tasked with finding out which of his companions is the traitor and stopping them before it's too late. Let's take a look at that, sandwiched between his response to receiving the role.
This is from the Book of Prophecies. But...
Yep. It's a page that's not in any of your books.
and what's written here is...
Your role. You must find the traitor hidden among you, and stop them before it's too late. And in order to help you find the traitor...
I get it. That's why you gave us all different roles, isn't it? If anyone deviates from the job they were given, we can easily conclude that they are the traitor.
Even though there is a traitor, Act normal and keep focused. Trust no one but yourself.
Trust no one but myself.
Gula embraces the solitary hunter aspect, and he tends to contemplate alone in alleyways. Also, simply knowing there is a traitor forces a person into isolation because they really can't trust anyone but themselves. He's also keen enough to put the pieces together about this part of the Master of Masters' plan and willingly hunts for the traitor. The leopard is very appropriate. Finally, we have Ava, wearing the mask of the fox. They are associated with trickery, clever solutions, high intelligence, and intuition. While her role does fit the fox, a better example is her talking to Brain about becoming a union leader in this scene. And that he did. For those who don't know, his was not the circled name. It isn't confirmed whose name was circled, but Ava was desperate to avoid the world's falling to darkness, so she made a change and gave Brain the Book of Prophecies instead. And she left the note in there to make sure he would know she did so and encourage him to make his own changes. It was a very clever way to convey a message without changing too much at once. Definitely appropriate for the fox. So why did these masks match the characters but not the names or the roles? To be honest, I'm not quite sure yet, but I'm hoping to be inspired with the end of the Union Cross story. But what do you think? What does all of this mean for the greater story? And will it be important in the next game? Tell me all your thoughts in the comments down below. Also, don't forget to like, share, subscribe, follow me on Twitch, and check out my Patreon, all in the description box down below. Until next time.